Not everyone likes being in front of a camera. Not everyone likes posting on social media, and not everyone likes promoting themselves and their work with clients. What I'm saying is, not everybody enjoys being the centre of attention. And yet, most marketing advice will tell you that this is exactly what you need to do, not just once, but regularly. I believe there is another way to effectively do marketing for those who find being in the spotlight isn't for them. Endless self-promotion is not the only option. Certain marketing experts, particularly the ones with huge social media followings, will tell you that the most effective marketing depends on relentless posting. They'll tell you that marketing means endless videos of you talking to the camera about you and your work, and they'll do just that, making the whole thing look very easy. I meet a lot of people who believe that this is just not right for them, and they don't feel comfortable marketing like this. It's these conversations that motivated me to write my book for people who want to do marketing differently. What these marketing experts won't tell you is that there are other ways to show up, even on social media, without needing to bang on and on about how great you are. The key to this concept is, you're not for everybody, and that's okay. For example, there are lots of people who want a shortcut, quick fix answers to get their marketing working. I imagine that such people don't really resonate with how I talk about marketing, and I would imagine that most of those people aren't listening to this podcast. But that's perfectly okay with me. I'm not for those people. There are plenty of others out there who are just right for them. Now you're still listening, so I'd imagine that you're not so interested in the marketing advice you've seen elsewhere, and you're looking for something a little bit different. If so, you're in the right place. With this approach, you still do have to do some marketing. You still have to make people aware of what you're offering. However, there are a lot of things that you probably already do day to day that you might not think of as marketing, but they are. Here's a few examples. Do you answer questions from potential clients? Do you talk to people you meet about how what you do actually works in practice? After reading a relevant book, a blog, or an article, do you share what you've learned with potential clients? This is all marketing. It might be unconscious marketing, if you like. You're sharing ideas, concepts, information, and wisdom with others. Whether it's one of the ways I just mentioned or something equivalent, you may not be focused on sales, but you are telling them about your business and what you do. So therefore, you're already doing marketing. The best bit is that you didn't even realise. So let's take those things that you're already doing and dial them up a gear. We're going to do that by making your unconscious marketing more conscious. You can show up for clients and prospective clients without selling or promoting your work. Next time you get a question from a client or a prospective client, make a note of your answer. If you think that other people have the same question, you can turn that answer into a blog post, a social media post, an email to send to your mailing list. It's not actually much more work than simply answering the question in the first place. For example, this blog is a version of my answer to a question that I got during a marketing workshop we recently held with the Association for Coaching. All I've done is reformatted it a bit for emphasis and included a few more examples. When you share your answers to common questions, you help interested people gain clarity. You're not trying to sell anything. You're not trying to explain how your course, program, or one-to-one package works in detail. You're simply sharing ideas and concepts that people are connected. You're simply sharing ideas and concepts that are connected to the work that you do. This can be the first step to having a deeper conversation about the work that you do. People who resonate with what you say will seek you out and want to know more. So you might be thinking at this stage, well, that sounds great, Simon, but I don't want to be on social media. Now, I do hear this a lot, and I agree it's not for everybody. You don't need social media to do marketing. You will, however, need to be meeting new people in some way. Your business can't and won't grow if nobody knows about it. So where do the people that you want to connect with hang out? Are they at networking events, meetups, online communities? Do they gather in certain places? Do they do certain activities that bring them together? When you show up in these places, you can get to know them and you can build relationships from there. When you create content that answers common questions, you can share it with them in those places that you find them when and where it feels right to do so. Share generously and build a reputation as the go-to person for useful knowledge and new ideas. Marketing doesn't have to be all about you. I know it sounds almost counterintuitive, but actually marketing isn't all about you. There's no need to stand in the spotlight and make yourself the mascot for your own business. What counts is making your marketing useful, thought-provoking and interesting for your prospective clients. The more you show up with this kind of content, the more people will find it, and the more people will want to hear what you have to say. To get started, try writing a short answer to the next simple question you get and see how it goes. You could post it on social media, send it out to your email list. Whatever you do, share it and get some feedback on it. See how it feels to do marketing without being centre stage. Once you've answered your first question, you've taken the first and often hardest step, so now it's just a case of showing up again. This has been a very brief overview of how this process works. I go into a lot more detail in my book, Reframing Marketing, a 3-step guide to effective and ethical marketing. So if you want to create a journey for your client to go on and to have more conversations with the people who are ready to do the work, then you might want to give it a read. You can order your copy directly from me at reframingmarketing.com. Thanks very much for listening, and I hope this podcast has got you thinking. If you'd like to get a notification of when the next episode is released, then simply press the follow button wherever you're listening to this podcast.